Hey guys, in one of the videos I said I will be not making any build videos on this channel. However, in Season 5, there is one gun that especially caught my eye and I literally have to make a video about it because I think the gun is so broken to the point that if you are not using that, you just put yourself in a disadvantage. The gun I am talking about is AKM. For those who didn't watch my previous video about the changes, there was plenty of changes made for the AKM. One of them, which is the most crucial one, is the damage that you deal to the chest. If we now go to the parameters with the longest barrel that we have, we can see that the AKM deals 34 damage in chest, which pretty much means we can kill someone in 3 shots. Can you imagine killing someone in 3 shots with the assault rifle? That's pretty accurate. Even if you think of the recoil, it's still gonna hit most of the shots. On top of that, if you really land a headshot, then you can still kill someone in 3 shots, even easier, which was the thing before. So pretty much no matter what you're gonna do, in most cases, up to 30 meters, actually 35 meters, you will be killing people just in 3 shots. Can you guys imagine how insane it is? To show in the perspective how broken the gun is, I found a sheet on the Reddit which presents pretty much all of the time to kill for every single gun. And as we can see, after the update, this gun is literally the king. From assault rifles, none of the guns is even closer. Look at these gaps. There is 10 milliseconds, around 9 milliseconds, 10 milliseconds. So you see, there are some drops, but they are not that massive. And look at this, the AKM, 200 milliseconds. It's so insane. I don't really know what to say about it. I'm just speechless, to be honest. When I first saw the patch notes before the release, I thought, okay, this gun is probably gonna be, I don't know, probably they made a mistake. It's probably gonna be good, or maybe they're gonna make it for some shit barrel, but no. Essentially, you pretty much increase the body damage as well as increase the range, which means up to 35 meters, you kill everyone in 200 milliseconds, no matter if you hit a headshot or not. When we compare the AKM to other rifles, or SMGs or anything, let's check out the SMGs. SMGs, 219, 220, 223. Okay, SMGs are meant to be killing quickly in close range, but they are not as efficient on the long range. AKM is gonna be more efficient than pretty much every single SMG from that list, at least that's on the top. Maybe QCQ can be competitive with its range, because I think it's pretty good at range as well. To the engineer, we have M250, 218. Still, it's 20 milliseconds better. And the M250 is weapon rather made for the long range or mid-range. H12, 240. Nothing is even close. From the recon, let's not even mention about it because that's just hilarious how big the difference is. On top of that, one of the barrels that they introduced to the game is this one. What it pretty much does is it changes the hip fire fully. And now as you can see, what happens is my hip fire will depend on whether I'm standing or not. So I'm gonna be inaccurate when I'm shooting, but if I stand, I'm pretty accurate. And it's not going to have that much of the recoil once I put all of the attachments. But the point is that you can make very accurate hipfire gun, which I think some people might like the playstyle of it. Especially if you have some mechanical keyboard or some all-effect keyboard, I think it's gonna be pretty good. It doesn't really work on the counter strafes. But as we can see, the gun is insane. On top of that, this barrel, I believe, it gives us headshot damage as well. Yeah, we can pretty much double tap someone into head. I don't think it's as broken as the previous barrel, because I will make the overview of the barrels now, because I think this barrel gives us... Okay, this one doesn't give us anything. I think, yeah, it's 26 into body. This one has 34 damage. That's pretty much the one that you want to use right now. This one, I used to play with that one. I was sacrificing a little bit of the range so I can equip more badges. But I think this one also gives 34. So another barrel that gives you the damage increases to body. So you can use 2 of the barrels. You can use this one, which I would probably recommend you using. But if you use this one, it's also gonna be fine because you're gonna have more handling. And if you like more handling, I would say just sacrifice 3 meters at the cost of the range. The choice is pretty much up to you. Another difference is the muzzle velocity. However, I think if we're gonna go above 600, you're not gonna feel that much of the difference. So the choice is really up to you. The other barrels, I believe, they don't really have the damage increase. Okay, this one also has the increase, but I don't really see the point of using that one. It loses stability already, but yeah, 8 stability. I don't like it. We definitely need stability on this gun. I think this one doesn't give us damage. It also gives us damage. Okay, so I quickly made the build for this gun, and I think this barrel is pretty useless. I don't know what the advanced recoil system means pretty much here, but it decreases our damage. So I don't really know what they meant with that one, but let's just see. Like, the recoil is kind of terrible, to be honest. Like, it's very shaky, so I don't know if I would use that barrel after all, because I don't know, it just feels very weird to me. My build pretty much contains the balance between stability, handling, and control. I was trying to experiment a little bit, maybe to go for like 70 stability instead of control, but I think AKM is one of these guns that you really have to balance. I was also trying to play with some different stack and maybe play with the 30 round mag. I think the handling is pretty fine then, but I really think that 40 bullets is like the bare minimum. Like, with 30 bullets, sometimes I was just running out of them very quickly. Like, I was getting 3 kills and I didn't have enough bullets to spray down enemies from behind. Another thing that I usually don't do on the guns is I'm using the Scorpio grip, because I found the balance between control and stability by using this one, because this stack that we are using currently takes so much control. I think we are losing 8 control, so we kind of compensate that with the grip, and the grip kind of has no negative effects, so we're gonna keep all of the things balanced. For the foregrip, I was kind of thinking of using K1, because if we use K1, we don't use any vertical control. But I really think that it's better to use the secret order bevel, since we're not really gonna feel that much of the difference, but I think the sway to left and right is much more noticeable, especially when you shoot longer sprays and you're running out of the breath. For the muzzle, I would suggest you to use 3 options. First of them being Sandstorm Vertical Compensator, because we want to reduce vertical recoil a little bit. Another one I would say is Bastion, which is kind of obvious if we want to do that, but I think I started using more vertical compensator recently. I'm trying to experiment with my build. It's not like I'm limiting myself just to one build, but the thing that's not really obvious to most of the people is using this suppressor. We are pretty much becoming more invisible on the minimap. We are getting horizontal control, which I think is a pretty big thing, but we are losing 6 handling. So if you are someone who can tolerate low handling guns, like me, I think it's a pretty decent choice. If we go to the statistics, we can see that it reduces the recoil quite a bit, especially the second from the bottom. Another option that I was actually using is the muzzle brake, which gives us firing stability. I was also trying to play a little bit with the stack that gives us firing stability, but I couldn't really find a good balance between handling and firing stability. I also was trying to play with the build where I fully focused on firing stability, but then the gun was pretty much very shaky when I was shooting. Like, I lacked the regular stability. So I think this option is not gonna be bad after all. You can give it a go as well. Somebody might ask, okay, but what about this suppressor? We are getting 2 meters of the range and we are getting much more stability, but look at the control. Like, the control is already gonna get hurt by a lot and we don't really have anything to compensate that with. We could try different grip like X25, but then we are losing the horizontal firing stability and the camera is gonna shake much more and we are hurting our handling even more. So the question to you is, how do you want the gun to be? Do you want it to be very low recoil but then be very unstable, which doesn't feel very nice to use? Do you want your gun to be very stable but then the recoil is gonna be kind of harsh and shit? Or do you want to balance out the gun? I would say my favorite option is the third one, and I would kind of encourage you to try to play with this attachment on a few more guns. I've been playing with this attachment OK416 and I gotta say it's very useful. Like, I didn't really expect it to be this good. I will show you the difference between 2 attachments that I use. Okay, now we are using the muzzle brake. Let's see how it shoots. As you can see, it's a little bit shaky, but I think it's still doable to control the recoil. It definitely feels stable when I'm shooting the full auto spray. Now let's go to the Sandstorm Vertical. As you can see, the firing is definitely less stable. It's also going a little bit more to left and right. In general, this gun is not gonna be like the laser beam, but I really think that it doesn't really matter since we're still gonna hit those shots anyways. If you do a little bit of the control to left and right, then this gun is still gonna be more or less accurate. If you ask me, is this gun going to win gunfights for you? I would simply say no, because you still gotta aim at the chest, and it's not that easy to aim at the chest if enemy is moving. The 3-shot to kill thing is not even that often noticeable. Sometimes you're just gonna hit arm or leg accidentally, and the thing just disappears pretty much. you need to hit a headshot in order to actually kill in 3 shots. So I think this gun is definitely overbuffed, in my opinion, because it was already good before, but now, since we have the best time to kill in the game, in my opinion, this gun has no competition, at least in ARs, when it comes to short and mid-range. Because up to 35 meters, theoretically, we have the best time to kill. And in fact, we have the best time to kill in the game. Someone is gonna say, okay, but you still need 3 headshots to get a kill. Well, alright, cool. Some guns can 2-shot, but how often do you actually land 2 headshots in a row? It's maybe going to happen once every 10 kills. And this gun has pretty much everything. You can get pretty decent handling, you have control and stability, and I think this gun is pretty nice to use. So guys, that's all I have to say about this gun. Now enjoy some footage from the gun that I've got, and I hope to see you in the next video.
No, kolejne 4 kile. Oj. Teraz...
How did she get first place? I got fourth place. Okay.